So when you tell people who aren't familiar with the industry, they might be wondering why I'm not glowing, or, I don't know what they think. We've got this bottle here. Inside of it is high-level radioactive waste.
We have to say that vinegar is not radioactive.
Yeah.
We're Dem and Darryl, we're nuclear professionals, and we're your hosts on Fission Chips. Welcome to Fission Chips, where the chips are hot, the takes are hotter, and the conversation is going nuclear.
Joining us this episode in the Chippy is Elliot Andrews, Mechanical Engineering Degree Apprentice.
Hi guys, great to be here.
So we're going to talk all things nuclear today, and first things we want to know, when you tell people you work in the nuclear industry, what do you think they think you do?
Maybe they think what you're doing is really dangerous, or maybe they think everything's really sci-fi and high-tech, or they might be wondering why I'm not glowing, or, I don't know what they think, but generally it's not like that at all. It's a safe place to work.
So what do you do in the nuclear industry?
So I'm a mechanical design engineering apprentice. And so what that involves is a little bit of studying and getting my degree, but at the same time working. So mechanical engineering involves things. It could be design solutions to solve the complex problems we have at Sellafield. So that could be anything from implementing new piping, design analysis to make sure we've got structural integrity in all our designs and equipment, all the way to mechanical handling, cranes.
So given we're in this lovely chippy, I wanted to ask you a bit of a funny question. Could you explain your job and what you do using something like this bottle of vinegar?
Right, okay. So let's say that we've got this bottle here and inside of it is high-level radioactive waste. It's generating heat, it's hot, you don't want to touch it. It's also radioactive, so you definitely don't want to stay too close to it for too long. But maybe this has been in that package for years, and maybe the package is getting to the end of its life, and we either want to move it for convenience onto my Fission Chips for reprocessing, storage, or maybe that's a new container. You have to think very careful about how you do that. And so we might design things like overhead cranes that would come and pick it up and move it over. Or we might design other systems that might move this along, cut off the top, put it into a new package, and then that package can be handled and moved somewhere else for storage.
Oh, that's really interesting. I never really thought of it like that. And we have to say that vinegar is not radioactive.
Yeah. So what is Sellafield?
So Sellafield is a nuclear site based up in Cumbria. It started in the 1940s for the UK's nuclear weapons programme. And so right now we're decommissioning a lot of them older facilities, and with that comes a lot of complex engineering problems.
So what's decommissioning?
So decommissioning is the process of dismantling buildings and facilities that are coming to the end of their life. You've got to remove the waste, clean the contamination, make sure that everything's safely operating. You can't just demolish it straight away. And within that are lots of different complex engineering problems.
What kind of engineering work are you involved in day to day?
Every single day is different. It could be anything from implementing new piping systems to help solve problems on site, mechanical handling, or maintaining equipment. Some of this equipment's coming to the end of its life, so we can design things that either extend its life or replace it in a more modern way.
So you mentioned that you're doing a degree apprenticeship. So what made you choose that rather than going straight to university?
For me, it was a no-brainer. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to do mechanical engineering. The thing that really captured me about it was I get to do my degree still, but avoid the student debt. And at the same time, I get to work and learn with experience and sort of apply what I learn into the job.
In terms of the work side of things, what's the most interesting thing you've worked on recently?
I think one of the most interesting things I've worked on is there was designing a new glove box system, and I was given quite an individual task, which is unusual for an apprentice, and that was to design a tool that would change the filter.
So for those that don't know that are listening, can you actually describe what a glove box is and what it looks like?
Yeah, so a glove box is a way that we can handle radioactive waste safely. And so it's typically a big box, and traditionally it's something that you'd put your hands in and you can touch this material. Typically it's very hot and contaminated, so you don't want to get too close to it, but these gloves and boxes are designed in a way that you can put your hands in and work with this material. Some more modern ones, you don't actually put your hands in anymore. It sort of works like a conveyor belt and everything's all automated, but you could use that to repackage the waste, you could use that to run tests on the waste, or if it ever needs handling in any way, we tend to do it inside of a contained environment like a glove box.
So as someone with no engineering background, how would you explain your job in simple terms for someone like me?
So I think first of all, take a step back and look at Sellafield site as a whole. It's huge. There are many different problems, and then problems take many different forms. So we need a lot of people with different expertise to solve these problems. So my job as a mechanical engineer might be, how can we solve this problem? Okay, maybe we could solve it using a crane. Okay, well, how do we design that crane? Oh, but hang on, we can't put that crane in because it's a radioactive environment. So all these problems come along and everyone gets together. It's not one individual person, and we work out how to solve that problem.
So let's talk about nuclear power itself. Do you see nuclear as a long-term solution in the country?
I personally do. I think we do need that stable power source. Renewables are great, but obviously very intermittent. And so the ability that nuclear has to provide such a large amount of electricity at very high capacity for such a long period of time, I think it definitely has its place to reaching net zero goals, yeah.
So what's something that people often misunderstand about the nuclear industry and nuclear power?
I think one big misunderstanding is that it's really dangerous. Like working in the industry, you're risking your life in some way. I'd love to be made out a superhero that's working there to save the environment, but it's not really the case. I mean, with the safety regulations we have in place, the training that we get, and the general safety culture in the industry, as long as everyone follows the rules, everyone's completely safe. And that's the same on a normal building site as well. And so really, it's not as dangerous as what people think.
So if we switched off the lights, you wouldn't start glowing?
No, I hope not anyway.
So what sort of safety measures are involved in your day-to-day, or maybe not when you're doing your desk-based stuff, but when you do go to site?
Yeah, so even on the desk, we have lots of safety measures that you put in place. Not necessarily sitting at the desk, but in everything that you do, you're always thinking about safety on site. Every single design goes through many levels of checking, risk assessments. Lots of people have their input. It'll then get tested again when it's manufactured, and we'll consider all the safety of it then as well. And so everything that you do, the backbone of it is safety. Whether you're on the desk or at site wearing your PPE, safety is the backbone of everything in the industry.
What would you say to a young person considering a career in nuclear decommissioning?
I'd say go for it. You know, whatever you're interested in, there's so many opportunities. Obviously, we spoke a lot about engineering today, but there's a lot more roles than just engineering. You know, it's such a big site. We need project managers, IT departments, HR, health physics, welders, operators, maintenance teams. The opportunities are endless. So whatever you're interested in, have a look. There'll be something for you there.
What have you learned that surprised you the most?
I think what surprised me the most is just how challenging decommissioning is. It's not as simple as just taking it down. You have to make sure that everything's safe, that we're carefully considering contamination, and to do that, we're even building new facilities to help make this safe. It's really interesting. It brings a lot of challenges to the table and a lot of opportunities for everyone.
So we're going to do our quick fire round of questions now. Dem, take it away.
Curry or mushy peas?
It's got to be curry sauce for me. It's got to be.
Large scale, small scale nuclear?
I think both have the place.
Fission or fusion?
For me, it has to be fission. Fission's what we've got now. Fusion sounds great, but it's not here yet. And we've got such an amazing thing with fission. Let's focus on that for now.
Eat in or take away?
Depends where you are, but I've enjoyed eating in today with you.
So we've reached the end. Thank you so much for joining us today on Fission Chips.
It's been really, really interesting.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Woo!